Alright guys, we got us another radio. This one's for the Jeep Wrangler. So we're going to take this out and then we're going to start installing it. These are Android based radios. If you haven't seen the video of the one I put in the Camaro, you can watch it. This is the adapter that's going to help mount the head unit. Comes with all the plug-in cables. These are plug and play. They support backup cameras, Android Auto, CarPlay. Let me figure out how to get this out of there. There's the head unit. I don't know if you can see how big that is compared to the factory unit. So basically, by looking at the back of it, you can see that this bracket here is going to mount where the factory radio goes, and then you got these clips right here. This unit will snap right in to these little areas right there. So it looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. Let me give you a close-up of the back of it. It does support GPS and Wi-Fi. And again, there's the front. So let's I guess the first chain of events is going to be removing the old unit, which is a pretty simple ordeal. Anyway, let me get up in the Jeep. Alright guys, I don't know if I've got you in the best spot, but hopefully it'll work. I'm going to disconnect this dash cam cord. First thing, we've got to get this top plate off. Just get a trim tool up underneath here and snap it off. Now I've got, you're not going to have this right here. That's how I had my dash cam hardwired in. Now you're going to see two 7mm screws right here. There's also two down here, but what we first have to do is get this lower trim panel snapped off. And again, you're just going to get your trim tool and you're going to snap the bottom part off first, and then the top part will snap off. Just like that. Actually, the top part snaps off first. Now, there's two 7mm down at the bottom too. So, I think it's going to be easier if I
keep you entertained with that.
Pull the shifter down out of my way. So now, let me get my 7mm, get these 4 screws out, and then this whole bezel will snap off and we'll have access to the radio. Now this bezel should, I've had this out before, so it should be relatively easy. You may have to, if you never had yours snapped out, then yours might not snap off that easy. Alright, so now here's the radio. And it's 7mm also. Hi, how you doing? Perfect. Just set it right there. Be just fine. Have a good day. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you. And to get the antenna connector, you just push the little lever right here. And then same deal here. And that's all there is to the radio disconnection. It's just this main connector and the antenna. Alright, so now it's time to put this piece in. Now you'll notice on this you've got on the sides here you got a square slot and then a little round hole on the bottom. The round hole needs to be at the top. The square slot needs to be at the bottom. The reason is you've got your stud here that goes into the round hole, and then you got your snap that goes into the rectangle. So that's how that works. Circle at top, or hole at top. Round hole. It's a very solid bracket. Doesn't seem like it's going to be going anywhere. Now you can actually snap this back together. Because the radio is just going to slide in and snap in those same receptacles. Alright, so all we've got in here is one plug and the antenna connector. I'm going to leave this off for now because I think there's a Wi-Fi and a GPS antenna that I'm probably going to put underneath this. The antenna connector, this is the part that goes into the radio, and then you've got two receptacles here. Depending on how your Jeep is set up, this was a base model radio, so we've just got one connector here. And I'm not sure if it matters which one of these go where. I'm just going to connect that one there. I'm not sure what this wire is, but this is the part that's going to connect into the radio now. And then here's the main plug and play adapter. And you've got all kinds of upgrade ability to this. So if you had lane departure cameras, you can actually buy those separately and you can put them on your mirrors. Now you can wire those into this radio. That way whenever you turn your turn signal and stuff on, you got lane departure ability. Of course, it's got backup camera. I did buy a backup camera. I'm going to route that backup camera here in just a minute. I believe this is the Wi-Fi antenna. And this is what I was saying, that I think what I'm going to do with it is I'm just going to lay it up here and then route the wires down here just like that. And I think there'll be enough room. Got a GPS antenna. And I think what I was going to do with it, I'm just going to stick it right underneath. Let's see here. What do I want to do with it? There's a duct back there. I'm just going to stick that on. All right. So now we should have three little coaxes. So you've got 4G, and then GPS. So you're going to have three little coaxes right here that you're going to connect here. And then we'll plug in the appropriate plugs. There's not going to be a plug for every one of these. It depends on the options and everything that you've got on your Jeep. It does come with an external mic, but it also has a mic, or at least a spot on the radio that says mic. So I hope I don't have to have the external one. The external one might sound better, but if I don't have to have the external one, then I'm not gonna do it. It's got two USB ports. Not sure where I'm gonna route those. Right now I'm just going to drop them down to the bottom. Just in case I need them, they'll be there. And then here's a bunch of input and outputs for video and speakers and stuff. So for the backup camera, which is this little adapter here, you're going to plug it into this plug right here. The USB goes into D right here. I don't want to stick it in right yet. I want to make sure that it's all going to work. I've still got to hook the backup camera up. Just setting the time zone. United States time zone for me is Chicago. There we go. Okay, had to have that connector plugged in. I wasn't sure where that went.
Ain't nobody cry every day. I know I'm out of.
All right, so all that sounds pretty good. The only thing I've got to do is route the backup camera and get it plugged in, and then we'll be buttoning this thing up. All right, now to show you how the backup camera works, I'm going to go to reverse, and we got a backup camera. Go out of reverse, goes back to radio, or whatever you got it on. Again, reverse. Back to park. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. This was the Idoing Android. This is Android 12. Also, I forgot to mention that at the intro of this video, that this radio uses Android 12 for the operating system. And I'm still getting used to it. I've got to go through and get it all tweaked exactly the way that I want it. I don't know if there's, like on the backup camera, some of these actually will have the lines, the backup lines. I don't know if this is going to. I don't know if that's a function of the actual camera itself or the head unit. So I'm going to play around with the settings and check on that and get it all tweaked in the way I want it. Like I was showing before we put the backup camera in, there's a lot of settings that you can set on this radio. So anyway, we're done. Pretty quick and easy installation of the Idoing Android radio head unit for a Jeep Wrangler. This, I believe, is a 10.2, 10.3 inch screen. Yeah, it's right at 10. I forget what the book says, but yeah, that's right at a 10-inch screen from viewable corner to corner. Not the entire from the tip of the corner up here down here, but the viewable screen is right at 10 inches. Anyway, we're done. You guys take care.